way, NRG in a great spot to not only work back towards their ult in an anti-eco round just like this, but to continue to bolster this lead. Fortunately for Rise, though, they're not completely out of options. Sort of force from Shank's gonna find the first, and now I don't know how desirable this B site is. We will see as Tex comes flying around the corner. The shot goes wide. Paint shells right at the feet, and Tex will finally finish what he started. As a vulnerable Raze does not die. It's 13 HP. And well, now it's the rest of what you got to offer here. A Judge, a Frenzy, a couple of Sheriffs. Try and retake this B site. Spike get planted. Oh, and the bodies are starting to drop. Poise goes huge. The Frenzy spray down for 2. The spike has fallen, and now EU trying to match that same round in the last. He tries to go aggressive, but he gets nothing for it. It's a Judge. It's a Sheriff. It's a 2v1 in some way, somehow, after a timeout. Rise they just net themselves another round as Android goes on the hunt with a spike in hand.
This is perfect. He can isolate the duel out of this one, and Poised is so low on HP. You kill Poised, you know where that Judge player is, and sure, by rotating elsewhere, you're conceding the weapon. You might just be winning the round. Timing is good. Android knows where that other player is, but he waits. Uses utility, stalling even more time. This is so smart. Superman will probably suspect that this is a rotation towards A. Android might have just brained it. He might have just found this one. It's a matter of timing, though. If Super calls the bluff on this, or does he stick around? Because for now, he's holding his cards close to his chest still. Spike should be allowed down, and with the time low, Supa's running. Those footsteps will be heard. This is crucial time bought for Android.
Allows for that spike to be planted. Oh, and the position maybe to be changed. Nope. Supa gonna catch him on the rotate, and while all this is happening, Supa's netted himself a rifle, so no longer having that Judge. We'll have the Vandal as Android goes down the ropes and out towards Arcade. The spike not planted for him, so should Supa hop on. He's gonna have to push the fight, and Android will do it. The Red Bull clutch to secure the 5th for NRG.
The way Android plays that long to re-rotate, so he knows the onus is on him to just take the fight, hold the cross, and the thing is, just on the other side, Supa was not ready. Too many angles for him to use off a clutch, off some lesser weapons in that tour de force. Now it's the proper guns, and now it's a proper operator. Up for Shanks, he wants an early duel here.
Oh,
how does that miss?
Yeah, that's a tough place to be. Unfortunately, no harm, no foul, and he's able to get another chance. Meanwhile, he'll be traded out. Tex will find another. It's Supa to fall, and Tex somehow keeps getting out of these duels. Low HP, but plenty of health to stay alive and help his team. He's also got the paint shells, should he need them. As the crunch on the top side of the map slowly comes to fruition here. EU holding the angle. Neptune first up to bat, and it's EU actually to strike out. Neptune, a home run there. Now looking for more as 2 players up inside tower. The spike planted in the clock, ticking here in the 3v3. Nice fault line's gonna force him back. A gust of wind would take down Tex, but he's still alive. The paint shells to buy some time of his own is poised. Pick one up onto Android on the side. Neptune gonna grab the next, and now Sam trying to fight his way on through it. But it's just too much to ask for the chamber of NRG, and Rise are back to their winning ways.
Yeah, holding on to the north side of the map would have been really big there, and EU had the read that something was going on, but unfortunately for him, he was icy. They've earned up an ultimate here for EU. They're one off Androids. I wouldn't be surprised if they mirror that round we saw earlier with a split out towards this A side, but instead, they're going to work early space in A, probably try and farm up these early orbs.
Orbs definitely the name of the game. Is oh my god, Tex tried to go up, but Neptune rips him out of the sky and wants some more. The paint shells to force Android back. He's now gonna have to try and reassume that position and fight forward. Fortunately, Toxic Scream to allow him to push up. The Boombot reveals the position as we go Rolling Thunder for Rolling Thunder, and it's a complete standstill. Meanwhile, Supa with the high ground and a Spectre takes some damage, but a favorable trade as he found a kill, and NRG are just starting to get cut down. A near flawless thus far as Derek will close out the round, and it's a Prime Gaming flawless to tie us up.
What I know, both teams were immobilized off of those ults coming on through. It was a worse position early on by NRG, and you just got to give some credit to Neptune. He's been spending his time in aim labs. A bit of skeet shooting for the man is... It will be the cribble satcheling in off a breach stun every round towards the north side of the map. No, the operator just gives him another dedicated hold. It's almost like another sentinel on top of the sentinel utility chamber already has, but over towards drop, an area that's been mostly ignored for Rise. We'll have an early fight, and Shanks will win it on Android.
And you can't make the call out fast enough. Tex is there on the jump peak, spots the player sure, but Android too quick on the swing, and with that Tex getting out of dodge, it does force the ult out, so no showstopper available for Neptune here in this round. Tour de Force on the opposite side, though, going to take down the actual operator. So 4,700 credits just on top of drop. The A-site's been assumed here by NRG. Saw him going to fall. Neptune didn't give up his position just yet. Didn't go elsewhere. Also didn't go hunting, and instead is rewarded with that kill onto Tex, who had snuck away earlier in the round. And sure, the spike is planted, but Hazed, again, stuck on the site. EU just on the outside, but 4 players to worry about as we go Cosmic Divide. For Cosmic Divide, only a small area to work with that these rounds will penetrate, and one of them isn't from main, so EU forced to push forward, and they picked up 3, but they needed 4, and Rise will do it. They'll find 6 just before the half.
Fantastic work there out of Poised in the 1 versus 1 to take that one on home and swing the critical round in a spot. It feels like the biggest issue is really winning this early fight, because like 8 times out of 10 it's been almost instantaneous, someone taking a death, and it might just be the same again as Rise. They're pushing up quickly here. Derek's utility to play off of, but Sam, with an op of his own, hits a big shot, and there's no punishment for that. The Nebula keeps him locked out for another 10 seconds. They have no opportunity to trade here.
It looked like for a second they did want to fight through it, but
such a risk.
A huge risk, especially with EU. Oh, no way. Fortunately, the trademark there. Spot a couple of players coming this way, and Shanks across the map able to even the odds. The raises, they're taken down. The rendezvous still available, so it allows for some more aggression. And Shanks, he's not going to fall off the line just yet. Goes back for a 3rd shot. He goes 2 for 3. Still pretty good to swing favors or things back in favor of Rise as they're looking for their 7th here on Fracture. And Android gonna sneak away here. Shanks still holding the angle. Shanks not gonna give it up, but Sam will force him to give up the angle. Now Super, the next one to answer here, and it's just an operator up close and personal.
30 seconds left.
Sam is in towards the site, and there's a pit to come on down. Rise, they don't really have a recourse for this. The spam would have been their best chance, but now with 20 seconds left on the clock, denying the plant the biggest priority. However, the utility to do so lacking. Derek is dissuaded, and despite the heavy investment of utility, spikes down and on a retake.
Player standing.
And NRG, I mean, they're just cleaning up. Derek, the last one standing. The op will finally be taken down, but a pit still stands, and Derek still needs to try and work through it. The ZU pushes on the opposite side. It's 6-6 even at the half. We'll see how it concludes after this break.
Switching sides.